Hey everyone, and welcome back to another story time!
Oh yeah, I've been excited all day!
But before we get into the video, I wanted to let you all know that this video is a paid promotion for Machinima's Happy Wheels, the series, which is now streaming on Go90.com. And I'm going to show you a quick clip of this incredible new show right now.
Roll the footage!
Let's split up and spread some safety.
Now, in honor of this promotion for the Happy Wheels series, I figured it would only be appropriate to tell you guys a story, well, relating to injuries and, I guess, vehicles, because, let's be honest, what other topic for this story could be more relevant? So, without further ado, let's get right into it. So, this story takes place not too long ago, actually. I would honestly say this was about 2 summers ago, and I was going out around the bay, which was about a 3-hour drive from where I lived at the time, to see my family. And, well, you know, I got my stuff ready, and I got going with my family on a road trip, because why not, right? So, after the 3-hour drive, we're at my uncle's house, we're packing our stuff, you know, away, and we're settling in and getting used to the good old country life, because, well, essentially, that's what around the bay was. So, because like, anyways, I'm not getting into the details, okay? You get it. But we packed our stuff away, and we're chilling out. So, my uncle, you know, he was great, he loves us and stuff. He let my younger brother, okay, who was, I think, 11 or 12 at the time, ride a quad by himself. And, well, it was not really his fault, to be quite honest. It was more my fault because, well, I agreed to supervise him. So, you know, I hop on the quad, I let my younger brother get on the quad and drive it because he has driven the quad a few times with my uncle and he knew more about driving a quad than I did. So I was like, you know what? It can't be that bad, right? I mean, I'm there, I'm supervising. I got this. So at the time, by the way, when I just woke up, I swear I can't do a video without my phone going off. I just woke up and essentially I was just not in the right mind. So I was just like, sure, whatever. Not thinking that, you know, not realizing really, or just thinking about the fact that a 11-year-old is about to drive me on the quad. But you know what? Whatever. So I get on the quad and we get going. Things are going okay, I guess, for the first minute. So we go on the path, we leave my uncle's backyard, and we're in the forest, all right? But then, you know, I was just like, you know, bro, you should probably go right, maybe, you know, towards the road, not the forest. And, you know, he turned right, and he started heading towards the main road. Now, I remember, okay, this was where I failed as the supervisor. So what happened was there was a pretty big ditch separating from where we were to get to the road. So there was us on the side, and then there was this big ditch, and then the road was there. So this big ditch is separating us from getting on the main road. And well, I stood there I sat in the back of the quad, you know, looking, just like thinking, again, just woke up, and I was stupid to let my brother convince me that he could go drive into the ditch and make it on the road without screwing up. So, okay. Oh, this was bad. This was freaky thinking back to this. So, he went, he went right into the ditch and went right up the hill, the little hill, to get on the road. So, a car was not only coming towards us as we were doing this, but the quad almost did a flip and almost fell on top of both me and my brother. And this was the worst part. So what happened was, you know, we went to the ditch and he went up, you know, going down on the quad and then going up. The quad actually fell on its back on the road. So think of a quad literally facing the sky. Me and my brother were literally on the quad looking up at the sky as the quad was about to tip backwards into the ditch. And Luckily, I remember the car happened to, just kind of swerve around us without stopping, by the way. But but what happened was that the quad was stuck and was slowly beginning to tip backwards. So I had to immediately get off the quad without, it falling on us and get my brother off and also prevent the quad from falling down because the quads are expensive, okay? They are expensive four-wheel vehicles. And I was not about to go back to my uncle and explain this situation because I know I was done, because that was his only quad, I think, at the time. So I got off, I got my brother off, I pushed the quad forward and it landed on the road, and we were okay. I kind of hurt myself a bit, but we were fine, and we continued to go back to my uncle's house. Now, that's just one part to this story. There is still a part 2. So sit back down. We are not done with this story. So this was more of a situation that was more life-threatening, I should say. So this happened still around the bay. So this is still kind of relevant to the story. So I think this was a few days. This was a few days after, right? It started to snow. There was a lot of snow everywhere. I believe we had a storm. And my uncle, actually no, sorry, not my uncle, we were at my uncle's house, and my cousins were there. Now, I don't see my cousins very often, and I personally don't really relate with them, so it's kind of no different than being around strangers, and it was just kind of awkward. Now, my uncle, suggested that, my uncle and my parents suggested that I maybe hang out with my cousins, who, by the way, were older than me, and try and, just have a good time, just hang out with them, blah, blah, blah. And, yeah, and I went for it, because I was just like, you know what, fine, whatever, sure. And it turned out that my cousins were actually gonna go to the cabin, which was across a frozen pond. So, there's snow everywhere, it's winter time, and, well, I went just to see, give it a shot if I can relate with my cousins. And who knows, maybe this could be a good time. So I got my stuff ready. I asked if I could go with them. They were like, sure. And we went. Now, how we got there to the cabin, we took their skidoos. Skidoos are used for, traveling on the snow, if you don't know what a skidoo is, which is what we call it. And yeah, so I hopped on one of the skidoos with my cousin, who admittingly is a bigger fellow, very, very big. So there's really not much room for me on the back, and there was also no back to this skidoo. So if you fall off the back, you're actually falling off the vehicle. So that was a little worrying. So what happened, right? So there was 3 of us, 3 skidoos, and just picture me right behind my huge cousin on this skidoo. And we're going across the frozen pond. Now, this was about a 15, 20 minute drive to get to the cabin. And we were going, I want to say a solid 60, 70 miles per hour on these skidoos. We were going fast, okay? I don't even know if skidoos can go that fast, but they were going fast. And I remember what happened was, as we were going across this frozen lake, I was hanging on for dear life, right? Because we're going so fast, there's no back, and if I fall, I'm done. I'm done. You want to know why? Not because I'm going to fall into the fluffy snow, but because my cousins were behind us on the skidoo. So if you look back, my cousins are also right behind us, and if I were to fall, they would have run over me. They would have run over me, probably would have died. Who knows? Probably even worse. Is there even worse than that? Maybe I would have fell in the lake, suffered a little bit, and then died. I don't know. But regardless, it was pretty scary. I got extremely nervous. And then, this was the worst part. We went over a slope, and I actually almost fell off the skidoo. We went over the slope, and I literally lost my grip on my cousin, and I was hanging on for dear life on the skidoo, and I almost fell off, and he didn't even stop. Like, he couldn't even hear me, and I almost died. I literally almost fell and almost got run over by the skidoo behind us. But I got my grip. We stopped the skidoo because I was like screaming. I got myself back on, and and then we continued to the cabin. And yeah, that was an experience. I don't even want to get into the cabin experience. I didn't really enjoy that much, but you know what? Either way, I still did it, and that's all that matters. So, with that being said, though, that is my story, and I want to thank you guys all so much for taking the time to watch this video. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more great content, and be sure to check out the new Happy Wheel series, Machinima God. Links will be in the description below. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next video. Take care, be safe, and I'll see you later.
Welcome to Happy Wheels. Every place has 1,000 stories. And if you listen closely to the wind, you will hear them all.
Pedal hard and pedal fast, and that's the way your ride will last. Oh, damn it. Go dance!
Hooray!
Let's split up and spread some safety.